Terry Pap Adams likes to tinker with cars outside his Willard, North Carolina home. But there are days when he just can't stomach it.
I mean, it ain't just a smell, funky smell. It's something that you can't tolerate. You stay out here, you got to get away from it.
He's talking about hog waste, like this, recently sprayed on a farm in neighboring Downwind County. All across North Carolina, this wastewater, laced with feces and urine, is applied directly to crops as fertilizer. But Adams says it doesn't just stay on the fields.
When the wind is right, you get it. It's like a mist. When they spray that stuff, every time that thing hit like that, it throws a mist off. They be right pink with hog blood and manure and all that stuff.
Adams and others say the pungent odors, flies, and dust from these massive operations have made their lives miserable. That's why about 500 North Carolina residents are suing a subsidiary of Smithfield Foods, the world's largest pork producer. There are more than 9 million hogs in the Tar Heel state, producing an estimated 9.5 billion gallons of waste a year. All that waste goes into large open-air lagoons that give off ammonia, hydrogen sulfide, and other irritants.
Your heart rate increases, you have difficulty breathing, you get phlegm in your throat, your eyes start running, you're choking.
Attorneys say researchers found pig fecal DNA on more than a dozen plaintiffs' homes, and in one case, inside a woman's kitchen, even though the home is shielded by trees planted by the hog farm.
Man's home is his castle. That's where we retreat at the end of the day. That's where we should have our moment of respite.
The state is negotiating with watchdog groups, including Waterkeeper Alliance, to resolve complaints of environmental racism in its handling of the swine waste disposal permitting program. Last year, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency sent the state a letter of concern about the concentration of industrial hog farms in minority communities. Smithfield says more than 80% of these operations are family farms, and that race has nothing to do with where its hogs are raised. In a statement, Smithfield said it expects its growers to comply with the law, and that the current system protects the environment and farm neighbors. Hogs are a $2.3 billion industry in North Carolina, but there are just 14 inspectors to police the 2,000-plus feeding operations, including enforcing the strict rules on when and how much to spray. Everett Murphy says hogs and people can coexist.
So wean to finish operation, they're about 3 weeks old when we get them, weighing about 15 pounds.
Murphy's operation in Farmville churns out 5,700 hogs a year for Smithfield. His center pivot irrigation system sprays downward, minimizing drift.
I've never had a complaint from a neighbor, never.
Murphy says his industry is already heavily regulated. He says farmers provide abundant, cheap food.
Yeah, I'm proud to be a hog farmer. This is what I've done all my life, feeding America.
Back in Downwind County, plaintiff Elsie Herring says she knows farmers have it tough, but she doesn't think neighbors should have to suffer as well.
What gives one human being the right to blow animal waste on other human beings?
A federal judge has scheduled the first test cases for trial in April. Alan Breed, Associated Press, Wallace, North Carolina.